Hello everybody, I am Attila Tanner. Welcome to a brand new video of Next Talk. I hope you're all doing well. It's been 2 weeks since the last video, so we're due for an update. Next video, we're going to talk about the Q1 results, meaning we're going to look at the different indexes and see how the first quarter was. But for this report, we're going to go over the highlights and the regular reporting. So let's start with the highlights. We start with Accenture. They reported a 5% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $308, but there's still an upside for Accenture. Adobe reported a 9% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $365, and they're trading around that level. Nike reported a 14% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $128, and they're trading around that level. Oracle reported an 18% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $85, and they're trading also around that level. All right, let's look at some Canadian companies that reported. BRP reported an impressive 31% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to 124 Canadian dollars, but there is an upside still for BRP. Empire reported a 7% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to 39 Canadian dollars, but there is still an upside for Empire. Ovintiv reported a 12% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $106 Canadian, but there is still an upside for Ovintiv. TransAlta reported as well a 12% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered to $14.30, and there is an upside for TransAlta. All right, that's the highlights. Now we're going to go over the regular reporting. We go into the US market, and we start with the value stocks. And Taiwan Semiconductor is a new newcomer on spot number 1. They have a $481 billion market cap with the price to earning of 15. ExxonMobil drops down to spot number 2, and JP Morgan drops down to spot number 3. Chevron, who was in the list before, is out from top 3. Here we're looking at high market cap companies with low price earnings, so-called stable companies to have in your portfolio. Dividends are also good to have in your portfolio, and here we have a swap. Verizon moves up to spot number 1, and it trades places with AT&T, who drops down to spot number 2. And we have a newcomer. Tencent is spot number 3 following their latest dividend payout. Total Energies is out from top 3. Growth stocks in the US market. NIO moves up to spot number 1. Li Auto moves up to spot number 2. And we have a newcomer, Charles Schwab, in spot number 3. They had a 17% year-over-year sales growth, while the stock price was up 1%. XPeng drops out from top 3 following their results. Here we're looking at sales growth for a company year-over-year, comparing it to how the stock price has done during the same time period, even comparing it to current date, and by doing so, we're getting a more accurate list. And from that reading, we also add price-to-sale ratios, just to balance that list a little bit, and those are the most attractive ones. At the bottom of that list is the pricey ones, so Blackstone is there, Vroom is on spot number 2, and Nvidia is on spot number 3, mainly because of their high price-to-sale ratio. All right, that concludes the US market. Let's go into the Canadian market, and we start with the value stocks. Royal Bank is number 1, TD Bank is number 2, and Bank of Montreal is number 3. So the banks dominate the value market in Canada. Dividends in the Canadian market. Tourmaline Oil is number 1. Algonquin Power and Utilities is a newcomer, spot number 2. That pushes Enbridge down to spot number 3, and Keyera is now no longer in top 3. All right, let's look at the growth in the Canadian market. Air Canada moves up 2 spots to spot number 1. Kinross Gold remains at spot number 2. And we have a newcomer, Boralex, in spot number 3. They have a 68% year-over-year sales growth, while the stock price was up 17%. Algonquin Power and Utilities is out from top 3 following the report. However, the report wasn't bad, but it still doesn't warrant them to be in top 3. Pricey ones in the Canadian market. Franco-Nevada reported, and they had a 4% year-over-year sales growth, and the stock price had gone up 6% during the same time period. But since the price-to-sale ratio is quite high, that's the reason they are on spot number 1. Wheaton Precious Metals is on spot number 2. They also reported a 4% year-over-year sales growth, and the stock price was down 3% during that year. but they also have a high price to sell ratio, and that's why they are on spot number 2. Yamaha Gold is a newcomer on spot number 3. They had a sales growth of 1%, while the stock price had gone up 26%. Great West Lifeco, who was in the list before, is out from top 3. Alright, this concludes the report for this time. Thank you so much for watching. If you like those videos, please like and subscribe and you don't miss out on the next one. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time, when we go over the Q1 quarterly ones, results, and different indexes. Meanwhile, you can follow us on NextStockYT in Twitter, and I will tweet about certain companies whenever they do quarterly results. Always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.